Hello, and welcome to the OPS pregame show. I'm your host, Owen Kruger, and I'm joined by Atticus Dean. And Atticus, coming into the season, we knew this would be a big game between two non-conference powerhouses. But now that they're both top 5 within the state, the stakes are even higher.
Yeah, Owen, there's always hype around this game every single year. But when these two teams are playing this well again, like this season, it adds a lot more excitement in the air.
Talking a little bit about the series between these two teams, they had their first meeting in 2018, which resulted in a Homestead victory. And the overall record between the two is 6-3. However, the last time they met, not only did Warsaw come back from being down at half, they ended up winning by a whooping 21 points.
And what a way to get a win in a series against a tough opponent like Homestead. I mean, a 21-point blowout, that's just what a way to prove a point and send a message. So following that last game, I think both teams are going to come in with more motivation and try to, build that momentum from their previous games this year into this one.
It's sure to be a good matchup. Coming up, we'll be talking more about the Warsaw Tigers and what we can expect from them tonight. And later on, our very own Braxton Hall was able to sit down and get an interview with Homestead's leading scorer, Gabby Helsum. All this on the OPS pregame show. Welcome back to the OPS pregame show. My name's Owen Kruger, and I'm joined by Atticus Dean. And Atticus, speaking on the Warsaw Tigers, they've been phenomenal this season. Undefeated, 18-0, with all their wins being double digits, aside from one win in November against Valparaiso.
Yeah, Warsaw's been dominant, plain and simple. Not only has their offense been phenomenal, but their defense has been locked down. They're only allowing about 37 points a game, and it's hard to lose games when your defense is that good. And Warsaw's just raised to a whole nother level this year.
And it's no surprise that they've been as successful as they are, with 3 of their starting players ranking within the top 15 of all-time points scored for their school, 2 of which being juniors with Jocelyn Bricker and the Miami of Ohio commit Brooke Zartman.
And to talk about Bricker and Zartman more specifically, they've both been phenomenal this year, especially Zartman. She's a 20-point per game scorer, and she averages a bunch of steals. She's a great two-way player, so her impact on almost every aspect of the floor is just unprecedented. You don't see it often.
It's sure to be a really close game between these two teams. Coming up on the pregame show, Gabby Helsum makes a surprise announcement, and you'll be able to hear from her in a sit-down with our very own Braxton Hall. Be sure to stay tuned on the OPS pregame show. Welcome back to the OPS pregame show. My name's Owen Kruger, and I'm joined with Atticus Dean. And Atticus, let's talk more about our very own Homestead Spartans. Coming into this game, they're at a very impressive 18-2, winning the last 7 of their games.
Yeah, recently the Spartans have been on a tear, Owen. Gabby Helsum has been leading them in scoring almost all year, and she's a 3-level scorer. She's been a threat for them all year, but it's really about the team as a whole. Key bench players like Delaney Nolan, Carly Marin getting back in the starting lineup has really elevated this Spartans team, and they've been on a roll recently. They're looking to continue that here in this one.
Speaking of Gabby Helsum, our very own Braxton Hall was able to get a sit-down interview with her, and you'll be able to see right here, right now.
Take me back to last year as a sophomore. You quickly became one of the team's leading scorers and helped the team to a semi-state run. What was that experience like in your first season as a permanent starter?
It was a really cool experience, coming off freshman year. We graduated 5 seniors. So knowing that, some of our sophomores knew we'd have to take on bigger roles. And I just did whatever the team needed me to. But getting to semi-state was really cool, not only for us to gain experience for these upcoming years, but also for Emma, who'd never made it past regionals, which was super cool to do that for her and get past there for her.
And now you have almost 3 full seasons of varsity experience under your belt. What is the biggest thing you've learned out on the floor so far?
I think definitely leadership and composure has been a big thing for me, staying calm in game time situations, fourth quarters when it's heated, like the Northrop game last year, learning how to stay calm and either knock down the big shots or not be afraid to take them as I was freshman year.
And this is a team that is loaded with young talent, a lot of freshmen and sophomores on it. So how have you tried to help them improve their game?
I just try to help them, show them the ropes a little bit, help them with whatever I can. When I'm guarding a couple of them in practice, help them with the plays, tell them hey, you need to defend, you need to post harder, just try to help them with that kind of stuff and be a big role model for them. And hopefully I'm someone they want to follow.
This season, you're the leading scorer and rebounder for your team. What part of your game makes you the most successful?
I would say, rebounding gets me going in the game. I would say just staying active on the boards, because even if my shot's not falling or anything like that, getting rebounds still involves me in the game and helps me make an impact on the game, no matter like how many points I'm scoring and stuff, because we have so many scorers. Like, it doesn't have to be one person every night.
So shifting to the Warsaw game tonight, it was a rough go-around last season, losing by 21. Why can this team get the victory this time around?
I think last year we did not play together as a team very well all around. It was just not a very good showing on the defensive side for us at all. But this year I think we've developed a lot of composure, and we've learned from our losses. We have, obviously we have 2 losses, but I think we've learned more from them, and we've come back hungrier than we did last year. So I think Warsaw's a great team, but I know we also have some really good pieces that can match up with theirs well.
And 2 of the big pieces for Warsaw, Brooke Zartman and Jocelyn Bricker, who averaged just under 40 points a game combined. How do you go about shutting them down tonight?
I think with Brooke Zartman, she's a great player. I love her to death. I've known her since we were kids. We're super close, but she's a great shooter, and she's developed other portions of her game. So not letting her get the easy 3, she's going to score. It's going to be difficult to hold her scoreless, but not letting her get the easy looks or the easy run-out layups to get herself going. And then Joss, I also played with her for AAU, so I know her pretty well too. And she's a great all-around player, and same thing. Like, you just can't let them get the easy looks. They're going to hit some tough shots, and you can't get your head down about it. You just got to keep playing and know that the tough shots are going to happen. You just have to limit the easy ones that they're allowed to get.
And then finally, as the regular season begins to wind down, what are the biggest goals for both you and the team in the months to come?
So I think a big goal for us as a team is obviously close out conference. So that's a big goal. My class has never won a conference championship, so that's huge for us. And then obviously we want to make it past where we did last year and hopefully to state. And we know we can do it. We have the personnel to do it. So it's just doing the work to get there, and showing improvement in our last games.
Abby, thank you so much for joining me, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
That'll wrap it up for this OPS pregame show. Now we're sending it up to Braxton Hall and Malachi Stout in the booth.